This is a video which has been a long time in the making, one which I am quite saddened to be scripting, editing, and publishing for all of you to see. I'm not going to draw it out any longer, but starting as of right now, at least up until the next update, Doors content on this channel will be severely slowed down. Now, this is definitely a decision I know a lot of you are probably not going to be happy with. However, after reviewing it over countless times and going over every one of the contributing factors, I feel it is the best course of action for me as well as this channel as a whole right now. Obviously, I'm not just going to bite the hand that has fed me for this past year and not give a proper explanation. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. We have got a lot to discuss today, so let's begin. As you probably know, I am a Doors YouTuber. In fact, I started making videos on the game over a year ago, and in total I've made over 200. Something like 228 the last time I counted, however it's probably more than that. In those videos, I've gone over every single niche thing this game has to offer, from lore to secret Easter eggs to update news to even concepts of what I think should be implemented. This effort hasn't gone to waste either, as I've managed to build up this entire community from the ground up and fortify a relationship with the developers themselves. Actually, I want to give a big shout out to the Doors developers, as I have never once encountered a developer team as compassionate, accommodating, or caring towards their content creators as them. They truly made this career a very enjoyable experience, and I don't know where I'd be without them. However, all good things must eventually come to an end, and that's what I want to discuss in today's video. It's no secret that Doors in recent times has begun to decline. It's in a period known as a content drought, or at least that's what I call it, where the popularity of the game decreases due to a lack of updates and overall new content. This is a thing present in a lot of games, and it is not the developers' faults at all. I don't want you thinking that, as updates, especially for a game this high quality, tend to take an insane amount of time to complete. Now, the game will most likely make a resurgence the next time it updates, which is going to be sometime this summer, so actually somewhat soon. But that won't stop the game from declining again and again, over and over during periods without updates. In fact, throughout this channel's life, I've experienced these major periods multiple times besides right now, such as before the content update. That was a major content drought. But now, it is especially bad for one main reason. I have milked this game dry of all of its pre-existing content. You see, for the whole lifespan of this channel, I've been supplementing times without updates with videos about things either already in the game or things coming in future updates. The thing is, though, with all 200 of those videos under my belt, I've practically covered everything I had to. It's gone so bad to where I now physically struggle days on end trying to come up with something new to give you guys. And since there really isn't anything more to give, I end up stretching out something undeserving of its runtime, or just reiterating myself. In fact, as you may have noticed, my last two videos about Doors are just pure summarizations of the daily teasers. I literally cannot think of anything else to do. I simply cannot sustain my career anymore on just Doors alone during these content drought periods. Hence why I've looked to other sources of content such as Grow a Garden. But even with that, creating Doors content nowadays acts as both a physical and mental anchor onto me. Now, although my videos are only 8 minutes long in length, each one actually takes several hours to produce. From the time it takes to write a script, voice record, edit, and make a high-quality render for the thumbnail, it all takes a very long time, and I'm the only one doing it. Unfortunately, the payoff for doing all of that work specifically for Doors content just isn't worth it anymore. In the distant past, my average view count for these content drought periods has been around 30,000, a decent sustainable number that I was happy with. Now, it's dropped to 20,000, a loss that just isn't worth it anymore. Even now, I'm struggling to hit that 20,000 mark, all whilst I'm still putting in the exact same effort I was in the past, meaning my returns are diminishing for creating Doors content, and that number seemingly will just continue to drop. Now, in the far, far past, that wouldn't have mattered, but since I now somewhat rely on YouTube as an actual job, it means my view count is very important, so I'd like to maximize that as much as possible, as that's basically my source of income. This decline in view count I attribute to the decline in Doors' popularity over the months due to a lack of updates, and that paired with how even creating a video is a struggling process due to just running out of ideas, makes actually producing a video an emotionally taxing endeavor. Not only is it extremely challenging to create a Doors video now, since there's practically nothing left for me to discuss, but I also have to spend hours crafting something I know isn't worth the time at all. And given how I make multiple Doors videos a week, I repeat that same process over and over again. Really, I'm just burnt out and exhausted from all of it. And although an update will probably revive the game as well as this channel, that isn't stopping the next content drought to inevitably do the same thing happening to me right now, and that cycle will just repeat over and over again. Now, I know in my previous formal announcement video I stated that I'll be making Grow a Garden and Doors videos at roughly equal rates. However, even after attempting to do that for the past couple of weeks, I've come to realize it's just not possible in the current day and age. Doors, at its core, is a game not really meant to be covered as frequently as I do, largely due to its update schedule and peaks of popularity being so sparse. Grow a Garden, on the other hand, is the perfect game for this channel, featuring constant supplies of content and video ideas that Doors could just never match up to. And that's okay. Doors is a game I still very much enjoy to play, and that will only be heightened once the next update comes. But covering it on this channel has become such a mentally and physically demanding process that I just can't do it anymore. I've done this job for so long covering this one game that I just want a change of pace more than anything, and Grow Garden seems to definitely provide that for me. Now, since I know it's possible some of the Doors developers may be watching this, I want to say right here that absolutely none of this is your guys' fault. I know, or at least theorize, that the whole daily teaser thing was a response to my video about the game's declining state, and words cannot describe how much I am grateful for you guys taking the initiative to help me out. However, as you yourselves said, producing a teaser every single day is also a very demanding endeavor, hence why you stopped doing that. So I hope you can at least somewhat understand what it's like posting a video about this game and its future nearly every single day for over a year. You guys are the most amazing developer team I've ever met, and I have the utmost gratitude towards you for accommodating to my channel. You didn't have to do that. It just really stinks that Doors isn't as big as it deserves to be, but I don't want you guys stressing out over and overworking yourselves to accommodate to me or people like me. Focus on making your amazing game. That should be the top priority as of right now. So, what does this mean for the future of this channel? Well, I still definitely want to make Doors content, but not as frequently as I have been currently. This schedule of updating a Doors video multiple times a week can be very demanding, so I'm looking to upload only when I feel there's a good bit of content to cover, and it's during a period I actually want to cover the game. As right now, it's not really ideal for me to continuously make Doors videos as I previously described. A period such as one during the game's major updates should be good for this, but other than that I'm unsure, so I'll just see where the game takes me at that point. I will definitely post more than just during updates though, at least I hope to. I don't want to leave you guys hanging on for months on end. I just can't make a video as often as I am right now. Now, before I end off this video, I just want to give a big thanks to all of you guys, my viewers and subscribers. Through this whole ordeal and throughout this whole channel, as a matter of fact, you've shown me only the utmost respect and care, and for that I'm very appreciative. I just hope you understand that even though this decision isn't one you're going to like, it's one that's necessary so I don't go insane. Your support means the world to me, and I'm so glad to have created a fanbase with all of these Doors players who enjoy the game as much as I do. And who knows, maybe sometime later in the future things could change to be a little more brighter. Anyways, I just wanted to make this video to explain my rationale behind this rather odd decision, as well as what it would mean for the future of this channel. So, with all of that being said, thank you all for watching, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from.